Yeah, he's had those for a while now.
Hey, what's up, Robbie? Good to see you too.
Good to see you. How's the spray cans in your garage working?
Good. Got him primed, and now this big bastard is sitting in one coat of Dunkelgelb. So,
Is that how big it actually is? Holy!
oh yeah. Well, it's my background. Let me cut that real quick.
Somebody had to say hi.
Cornbread.
So it's about one pug in size, 1/16.
Yeah, this is.
Now, would that be a good home for him? We can put him in there.
He can ride it into battle.
Oh.
I think that's the first time I've seen how big it actually is in reference to somebody. Like when it's in a photo, it's hard to tell, but
Yeah, it's huge.
when you're using both hands to present it,
Like, I mean, here's a Sherman next to it, 35th scale, I guess.
wow.
So it's a big bastard. Construction wise, it's actually very similar to a 35th scale kit. Very straightforward. It's just painting is taking so much longer because it's 5 times the size.
And you're saying you found that AK Dunkelgelb wasn't a match between bottles?
Oh, that was so disappointing because I painted, like I got the gun here. I'm gonna pull it up, and it's pretty good size. I painted the front part Dunkelgelb, and I painted the cupola and all the wheels. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. I still have a full bottle left. Let me open this bottle. And I'm like, that is not even close. So I did the modeling on the first coat of Dunkelgelb with the darker color. And then what I did was I took the interior Elfenbein or Baum color, mixed that in to kind of lighten it. So it'll be kind of it'll be a cornucopia of Dunkelgelb at the end of the day. So
no pun intended.
Yeah.
See, you guys confuse me because you're all building these 1/13 scale tanks, and I'm building a 1/44 scale Leopard.
It's Canadian.
That is so cute.
And this is a 72nd scale T-34-85.
Wow.
Hey, Cam, how's it going? Hey, no growling, no doggies. One of you is making my dog growl. I don't know which one.
Probably smell Jim from there.
Wow.
How's it going, Craig?
I took a shower today. I think.
Wait, you guys shower?
Yeah. But yeah, 1/144 tanks because 1/16 is just silly.
I know.
As I get kicked off this call, it's been nice seeing you all.
Oh man, Grizz.
Robbie,
Go
ahead,
ahead,
John. No, go ahead, John. Go.
I was just going to ask Grizz, are you giving up on the 1/16 scale stun already? Are you still working on it? What's the dealio?
No, I'm done on it for now.
That's all right. We'll let it slide, I guess.
Well, I've accidentally now got like 4 things going on at one time, and I don't want to have that happen anymore.
Accidentally. I love how he takes no ownership at all. It's like it's just the weirdest thing, John. I got distracted by another project.
I walk in here and somehow there's something else on my bench. I don't know how it happens. It's probably the gremlins again.
It's just the weirdest damn thing.
I know.
I accidentally had 70 projects on the go. Now I started them all, but it was an accident.
It's not me.
I was only going to have 1 or 2 beer, and now I'm 9 in and no idea what's going on.
So, Robbie, how's your daughter's modeling career going?
Pretty good. She's picking out a kid again, but we had new additions to the family. They got bunny rabbits the other day, so those are more entertaining.
Nice.
So the zoo's going to open soon, the petting zoo. We have 3 rabbits, 2 dogs, a cat, 6 chickens, and 3 guinea pigs. So I'm going to come home from work one day, and I swear there's going to be a goat in the backyard.
I was going to say, when do you get the goat?
Well, she's from Scotland, so free is the 4-letter word for her.
Okay.
When I used to own a truck and she took it somewhere, I know I was in trouble.
Oh. I do have to say it was funny that the married guy with kids was the one doing the New Year's call. Because, as a single guy, I got nothing going on New Year's, and you got your whole family, and you're spending time with us? Like, dude.
Yeah, I'm not much of a party anymore. there was no real New Year's plans out here, so I'm like, I'll just throw a quick live stream, see who else wants to jump on and who else is in that same boat. So it was fun. Got to talk to you for the first time face to face.
Yep.
Well, virtually face to face.
Yes. And you never want to talk to me again. I get it. That's good.
So, John, how's the post-COVID recovery going?
Oh, it's good. I have a lingering cough and some congestion, but not too bad. Doing well and getting back to the bench. And I recently expanded the bench twice the size now because I built another section for it. So I got it finally set up, and I'm pretty stoked and trying to get this stud done.
That's a lot of acreage to get painted.
Yeah. It's funny. I started painting with my thumb for base coating because my pointer finger was just getting
got all cramped up.
Yeah, so I started literally, base coating this thing with my thumb, and actually it's not bad. It's actually pretty ergonomic, and it doesn't get tiring. The only thing is I got to work on control, and I certainly won't use it for camouflage, but for the base coat and some general painting, it works pretty good. I'll be honest, I even got sore from using the rattle can on it, constantly depressing the little button, and I still feel it actually a little bit because I had to prime something earlier, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, that's exactly the muscle.
rattle can finger.
Yeah, seriously, I got the hook in calls, I'm typing like this. So, but no, it's good. It's actually a beautiful kit. I tell you what, there was one or two minor things with the instructions where a part, actually not even with the instructions, but way it came together, there was a part on the hull that isn't carved out, but I just trimmed off the locating tab and it was fine. But otherwise, it's really, really nice. You can tell in certain parts it has the Blitz 35th scale tank kind of integrated into it. The one thing that sticks out the most is on the back, there's the cleaning rods for the barrel, and the end that has the pom-pom looking thing, or the barrel looking thing. It's got this literally the same type of material of configuration as the 35th scale one, and it doesn't look like fabric that much. It's good enough for me for out of the box, but otherwise it's good.
Oh crap, man! What's up, iDog?
Hey.
Wait, I have to see him again?
Yeah, dude. And I can't even give you COVID through here.
I already got it.
Live from Indianapolis, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Wild West.
Again, not to flex, but I did throw up. So,
Oh, boy. I don't recognize two of these faces here. Who we got here?
So we got Robbie Knopfs, the model guy.
Robbie, what's up, man?
Not too much about yourself.
Oh, just living the dream.
The other one, the guy in the tie-dye shirt, I'm Jim.
Jim Bates, a Scale Canadian TV.
Okay, I know Jim Bates. I remember. I know the name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he even says sorry like a Canadian.
I'm sorry, eh? You can take the boy out of Canada, but you can't take the Canada out of the boy.
Facebook user, I love it. The Modeling Brady Bunch.
Hey,
We just need to go out on the Muppets
Pete,
team.
what's up, dude?
Pete Coldclaw, welcome.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Man, I spread the word that JB wanted to talk, and everybody showed up.
Well, we hope he'll send us free stuff.
Oh. Well, hey, you have a chance to get free stuff during the next episode.
That's right.
If you submitted a picture and your name.
See, JB, I did this all wrong. I, instead of submitting my workbench and a name, offered up an Armor Hurricane as a gift. So I'm giving away.
Well,
That's
we'll have
right.
to send you some Plastic Posse swag as a compliment to your generous donation.
Bring some up in person in February.
Yeah. Speaking of February, it looks like we're a go.
Good.
I'm nervous, but it looks like it's going to happen.
I'm coming regardless. So.
And JB, what will your subject be? What do you want to present on?
Armor modeling's fine by me. I mean,
Okay.
I'm open to anything.
Anything specific or?
Armor weathering will do because that's
Okay.
just easy, I feel. But yeah, well, that'd be great. I'd love to. Do they have PowerPoint available, or is this more in person?
We will have PowerPoint available.
Perfect.
So normally we do it all in the little theater that's by kind of to the corner of the museum floor.
Awesome.
They've asked probably not to do that. We're probably going to do it under the tail of the SR-71. Or sorry.
Oh man, well,
I'm going to call the SR-71, but it's actually an M21, and I got called out because I said it wrong last time I was on.
Sacrifices have to be
Airplane
made.
guys.
Yeah. So, but yes, that's the plan as of today from the museum. So
That's great.
That won't change.
Awesome.
And then
Hey,
we might go see another fort, right? Fort McCord, is it?
If we can work it out, I'd love to take you guys to the Fort McCord Museum. Yeah.
Cool.
There's actually two. One is the Fort McCord Museum, and one of them is the Washington National Guard Museum.
Okay.
And I don't know what the difference is. So
Okay.
we'll figure that out.
Sounds
So-
good.
Pete, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I just had to go take my dog out, and something was fucking stalking the dog in the tree line. So
That's never good.
So this is no longer a rated G episode. Listeners.
It was listed as a test, so sorry to all the 10-year-olds out there. Sorry about that, moms and dads. No.
I said fart.
How are you, Mike? How are you, Frank? Welcome to the stream. So, how was the holidays, Doug? What'd you get done over the holidays as far as modeling goes?
These holidays were maybe my most productive in a very long time. I just Pete came up with the let's see, we called it the Final Blitz, and I got working on that A-wing, and I worked on it 6 days straight. I worked on a few other things during that time. I just got busy. I parked myself in that room and just went to town.
That's good. That's good. And unlike JB and TJ and probably Ian, you didn't catch COVID.
Nope.
We'll know tomorrow.
JB, what did you get done? I mean, it's besides a giant Stug.
Yeah, that's really what I've been working on. I have 2 35th scale Mac kits. They're the Prowler and Fireball. I'm looking over my shoulder because that's where they are. When I went up to the mountains, I took 2 kits with me. I took those 2, which, out of all the Mac kits, I feel like those are the toughest to build, and I, for some reason, chose those. And then I took up Mini Arts M3 Lee Sahara, and I have that. It's pretty well done. The only thing I have to do is add the details for the tools and then the track pads as well, which obviously the 2 hardest things I've left for last. And I didn't make that mistake for the Stug. I actually did the tracks first. But in my infinite wisdom, I thought, I'm like, the tracks, they'll be mirrored. This shouldn't be an issue. Well, they're not mirrored. DOSWork did a great job of picking, left and right hand side, and the pins look a little bit different on the end. One of them is rounded, and then the other one is like a rod coming out. And I can see Zach contemplating life right now and see that if he made this,
they're all in one bag.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be fun.
I didn't pay attention when I was assembling them, but I'll sand down the ends and make them all look kind of similar. No one will know unless they're listening here, so don't judge me. But yeah, I got to paint this guy too. Little Mark 44 Mac kit. This thing, I'll be honest, it was one of the most fun times I've had in the hobby, so I will definitely be building more of them. Mac is not a sickness; it's an obsession now. So.
Yeah, buddy.
I got my first in the mail just last week.
Oh,
I'm ready to
nice.
go.
So did I miss the memo that the Triple P has become the Machine and Krager podcast?
Yeah,
Because the last episode, up until you had the tank talking leprechaun, that's all you guys talked about was Machine and Krager. And I was about ready to turn it off, and then this hugely entertaining leprechaun came on, and then it was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think the cat's out of the bag for 2022. At some point, we'll have a Mac group build, but all the cool kids are doing it, and to keep up the facade of Taste Making Elite, we got to push that product. So we're out here, what's next? Who knows? So
And
you
by
know,
cool
if you got
kids, he just means TJ,
recommendations.
so.
We have a lobbying group that you can work with.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah. So to me,
My
it's
lawyer will
close.
be in touch.
Yes.
A 6-foot-tall Virginian did this to us.
Exactly. Well, shout out to Steve Baker. How's it going, Steve? And IPMS Hamilton checked in and said hi.
Oh,
And
nice.
you can see what Frank's saying. JB says you should have done all the tracks in suspension very, very first, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So-
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, with Hamilton checking in, Robbie, are you going to Heritage Con this upcoming spring if they have it? Hopefully.
I'm kind of reluctant to. Right now, our work's still pretty strict on extracurricular stuff, which gets into a gray area, but it makes sense. I try not to travel late in the winter, early spring, because my job's kind of really busy that time of year. So, and Toronto's
Hamilton's so close to you. Just get in the car, dude.
our airfare up here is crazy.
Crazy
Like-
cheap or crazy expensive?
Oh, expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually cheaper if I were to go to Omaha, not Oklahoma, like I said before, too many states to keep track of. It's actually cheaper for me to fly with a U.S. carrier from Calgary there than a Canadian one. The Canadian one is almost 3 times more.
Well, and I noticed that because, like, if I was going to fly to Toronto and nobody wants to go to YYZ, I just fly to Buffalo or Detroit and rent a car and cross the border. It'd be way cheaper than either doing Vancouver to Toronto or Seattle to Toronto.
Yeah.
See, this is crazy to me because when I flew to Tokyo, I took Air Canada, and it was by far the cheapest flight.
Huh.
Were you using U.S. dollars, though, to buy the ticket?
I was not that funny money you have up north, that monopoly money.
Yeah.
Monopoly money.
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, Aaron.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
You guys are just letting anybody in here now. I can't.
Yeah.
That guy, never mind.
Oh, some Scott.
Somebody dropped.
Scott, our fearless leader.
John's
I
having a mild
dropped.
panic now that he's in charge.
Oh yeah.
This is
There he
awesome.
is.
Now we can go crazy. Oh, Scott's back. Okay.
We're gonna kick this up to R.
Yeah, it looks like TJ's trying to get in. So let's
Can
see
you-
here.
Do we have a limit on people or?
No.
Oh,
Well, we're going to find out.
I'm still let her
Aaron's-
buck.
Here, I'll post
Aaron-
this link on SMCG and we'll get everybody. We'll all 1,000 of us.
Aaron, you've had an eventful day, but we were just talking about Mac's sickness. Tell the listeners, your name, your problem, and we can all console you on your recent purchases that we're all jealous of. And TJ,
My problem is I talk to you guys.
virtually stab you.
My problem is talking to you guys and then getting influenced. So I might have bought something else today. So.
Oh,
Would you say you had your tastes made by a particular, subset of people?
I know. The elite.
So for our esteemed colleagues here and guests online, Aaron is a recent convert to Mac, just like myself, and him and TJ have essentially gone into a bidding war or sniping battle on eBay, finding who's in the U.S. selling Mac. And then, it was funny in a conversation. Aaron posted what an image of the Jerry, and TJ's like, "Oh yeah, that's mine," and Aaron then promptly shows a ordered confirmation.
Yeah.
It's no longer TJ's.
Is this a good price? And he's like, "Oh, that's mine." I'm like, "No, actually, I think it's mine." All right.
What's up, TJ? What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm alive.
I'm living vicariously through you because I'm pretty sure I got it.
So
Yeah.
Steve says this is like a modeling version of the Avengers. Which one of us is Black Widow? Debate among the group.
I'm gonna go with Thor because I have the gut going here a little bit.
Who's it out a
Endgame
shape guy
Thor.
who's old and can't run? That's me.
Oh man, here's TJ's latest victim here.
All right, Matt. Good.
It's not all my fault.
Who
We did
makes
have Brian on there.
Yeah,
Hasegawa.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's why they're so hard to find. Okay.
Yeah. So from what I understand is, and TJ probably knows better than me, they do very limited runs, and essentially, as soon as they're released, they almost sell out.
Yeah. both Wave and Hasegawa do it that way.
Yeah.
So
And
if
then-
you don't get them right when they come out, you're pretty boned.
Yeah, unless you know somebody in Tokyo that can go to Yellow Submarine for you.
Field trip.
Seriously, I'm down.
Man, TJ's getting a lot of NJB getting some blame left and right here.
Well, we gotta take care of the people that take care of us.
Yeah, good broad shoulders and all.
I'm only a little bit jealous because I've been trying to get people to jump on the Let's Build Maple Leaf Canadian airplanes, and nobody does it. Robbie's about the only one, and it's sad.
What about Canadian armor? Is Canadian armor okay?
Canadian armor's cool. Anything that's got a maple leaf on it's good with me.
How about a
technically it's German, but
Hey, it is Canadian actually.
Hey?
I'm working on one right now. Hold on.
Sorry.
It kills me.
All right, so Robbie, what'd you get done over the holidays?
Well, I started my AT-ST as a filler build, and then Edward sent me their Zero as a sample to build. So I have the Tora set, and I know we're suspect of people that demo kits that they're not going to say anything negative, but I have really nothing negative to say about this kit. It's going together really well. There's been no hiccups. The tail, I had a little bit of an issue getting everything lined up properly, but compared to the Tamiya kit, I will give this one the edge due to the detail. There's a few more parts, but beautiful kit. And if it's in your list for this year, definitely pick one up.
Nice. Zach, what about you?
Well, I am currently working on, and drumroll please, a Canadian Staghound.
Excellent.
For the moment.
And a Sherman, and about 15 other things that just fell on my bench.
All right.
This is where I'm going to rant. We have a Staghound kit, but no ferret. Something is wrong in the world.
Jim, what'd you get done over the holidays?
I hate to be negative. I was just complaining to my paralegal that I kind of feel like I wasted the holidays because I didn't get much work done and I didn't get many models done. I do have a green Spitfire here that I got to do a little bit of work on. And then this is the scary part, and this is completely JB's fault. A 148 T55 that won't have maple
There we
leaf.
go. That should be done by now.
Yeah, seriously. That's a weekend kit.
I know. You guys are all better than me. It's true.
So
Don't listen to him. I'm sitting here on year 3 of like 4 different 148 kits. So
there you go. Aaron's defending you.
And then this is kind of similar to Robbie's story. I happen to be somewhere, and next thing I know, I'm being handed a Arma F4F Wildcat for review. So I've got to get that going. But it has very pretty stickers.
Oh, nice.
Just for Scott.
Decals,
Nice.
as they pronounce up north.
Nice.
Oh man, if there's one thing that causes contention on my channel is I'll have like 6 or 7 comments right away. It's decals. It's pronounced decals. Like, oh boy.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Yeah.
Going back, Jim, I want to bring up, there is a T55 you could model that's Canadian outside the KW Surplus store in Kitchener, Ontario.
So I don't want to ruin this. I'm just doing the T55 right out of the box. But I do have a T72 that I will build, model collect, I think, that it will be in Canadian markings. Because the East Germans gave them a few, and they got a couple running.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you know where they ended up?
There's one in
No,
Gordon.
I know one's like in Gagetown, and I think one's at the Museum of the Regiment.
Yeah,
One's in
and that one
Gordon.
was previously at the air range up in Cold Lake.
Oh, okay. Did you see the article recently? They're taking all the Leopard C2s to turn them in to put them up in the air the range. Yeah. They're stripping all the stuff and they're going to go shoot those out. But somebody was telling me, like at one point, there were Stugs and things on the range in Gordon.
So there's a picture. I have it, not necessarily of a Stug, but there's 2 pictures. I'll have to find them. I saved them. There's a Panther D that was just blown to smithereens. But there's a picture of guys in like BDUs, and they're little berets, and they're out there on the range, and then there's like 3 55-gallon drums stacked up, painted yellow, to say like, here he is, come shoot him. But yeah, I'm sure there's bits and bobs out there of Panzer steel. So.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
pulled.
Panzer
I guess
in one of
the
those
Stug
ranges,
is
too.
now at the War Museum. But what I've always wanted to do, and I used to just be a nice airplane modeler until I started hanging out with you guys. I want to build. I've been collecting pictures of the Shermans that were up on the Coal Lake Range, and CF5 and CF18 versus Sherman would make a really cool rusted out model. So I might try that someday.
Well, I tell you what, you guys had some really sweet Easy 8s back in the 60s. They had the tritonal kind of hard edge. It was olive drab black, I think, in a tan color, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is, and I'm not going to claim the expert, but I did write the article on this. There was a Canadian scheme, and I put this up in the Posse. My article's in the Posse M4 group build. There are M4 A8s that Oshawa had that got repainted in a tritone scheme.
Yeah.
But almost all of the and they're M4 A2 Easy 8s. They were all olive drab or green. But the Ontario Regiment did a couple very late in life. Probably in the 70s would be my guess.
We're joined. Looks like John Chung's on. John, that shuttle you're working on, man, just incredible.
Jeff's kiss.
Scott, are you able to see if he's a bot? Because I don't believe he's human in the way he describes.
John,
By
can
the way,
you
Mr.,
confirm?
to Steve Baker, my Facebook has been nothing but you and Robbie talking about J Aircraft and Zero Colors. And what I have to say, Steve, is that picture you posted of the Geronimo, the piece of the airplane up the street, where you can see it's the tan, but then it fades to the chalky white. It shows that everybody's right. Like on one piece, you can see the kind of hempish tan and then the grayed out white.
I don't even know I want to talk about it because I've been getting messages of people saying my colors are wrong. I'm like, I have to wonder what kind of time you have that you can message somebody and say, hey, I've seen your aircraft model and it's wrong, completely wrong.
Well, and were they there?
Maybe it sounds like this guy was. He's pretty adamant.
Pete, what did you get done over the holidays? You're the initiator of the final blitz there.
Well, I got most of that Cromwell like painted, washed, and then I had to get called into work, and then my friend had some rough stuff going on with his wife, so he kind of came and I kind of had to entertain him, and then I went back to work.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Ian, what about you? Did you get any modeling done?
Can you hear me? Am I on? Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Ooh, spicy. This guy. No, I mean, yes and no. I basically, for Christmas, I went back to Ohio to hang out with family and stuff, and then I came back here and I had to work all the way up through the last day of the month because car biz gang, and then ended up New Year's. I just kind of hung out. I worked a little bit on a super secret project that I'm working on, but I got a Mac kit built. This little guy, because there's a 6 foot tall Virginian in here that got me going on that. I got a huge backlog. I'm kind of setting myself up to have a TJ Haller 2022 because I built a bunch of stuff. I just haven't painted a bunch of stuff. So
you got a stockpile to keep up with that, brother, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
TJ, what'd you do over the holiday besides catch a bug?
Nothing really. So I traveled, and then got COVID. So that's pretty much it.
Well,
you just had your anniversary with your wife there too, didn't you?
I did on last Friday. 14 years.
Nice.
And we spent it in Florida, and then we all got sick. So that was nice.
I know the feeling.
But yeah, unfortunately, I was kind of hoping to finish kit number 24 by the end of the year, but it didn't work out. I had one queued up and just couldn't find the time to do it.
Show us that kit you got there.
Oh, my Lunagans. So I did get a little bit worked on that done on this. Pull it in over here.
Oh,
It's a good size.
Yeah,
that's big.
let me turn off this.
Yeah,
Hold
that
that up
is-
again.
Let me turn off this blur thing.
There we
go. All right.
Ooh, neat.
That's big.
Wow, that is big.
So
Wow.
there's the Gans.
It's about a half a pug.
Oh,
Yeah.
that gold foil looks awesome, man.
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
Engine's not on it yet, and that's just base color and the marking colors. No washes, anything else like that. So I got to put about 1 billion decals on it, and little springs, all that stuff aren't on it yet. So I have to do all that too. The little coil springs. It's been really fun. I wish I could share more pictures of it than I have, but I gotta kind of play it a little close to the chest, so because it's for something. So I try to drop little updates about it as I go, but I can't show how all the sausage is being made.
You
One of-
elitist pig.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh yeah.
But it's really fun. That kit is a pain in the ass. For anyone that wants to build one, be prepared. It was most of the kits from the 80s, and it has the 1980s written all over it. There's like 1 million seams you have to fill. If you don't care about that stuff, then don't worry about it. Actually, if you watch John Bias built a Cooster, which is based on the same chassis that he didn't use a lot of the tubes and stuff, and over a lot of the seams he just put pieces of strip styrene, which works. I should have done that on this one too, because it's probably way easier. But it's pretty
You have
fun.
a Skyhawk box hiding in the back there too.
I do, yeah. That one's up on the queue, and then I'm sure this is. I think we talked about this in our last episode too. But if anyone's watching that doesn't have this book, go buy this book. It's awesome. The builds in here are worth the price of admission alone, in my opinion.
So, Aaron, what did you work on over the holidays?
Oh, I'm a slow builder, so I'm trying to get this Sturm Tiger done here. That's, I don't know.
I love the camo on that.
So, thank you. So
the main thing he worked on was buying all the Machine Creator kits that I wanted.
Yeah. Had none. 30 days ago, and I think earlier today I said I had 12. That's now actually 13.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So but the scary part is that, as in everything else, I like dive all in without really thinking about what I'm getting myself into. And TJ's over there talking about how hard it is to make these things and seam lines and all that. And I'm like scribing and all that. I'm like, I don't build airplanes for a reason. And this sounds a lot like airplanes to me. So,
hey, I mean, if you don't want them, you can have my address.
The first one you should build is definitely the Mark 44. I think that was one of the easiest kits I've ever built.
that's actually probably going to be what I build. Well, that's going to be what I build first after my Space Dog.
Nice.
I love that.
This is, the head's not in it, but the rest is basically built. I've just got to do a few more things, but
I got to ask for Jim. Is that a pug by any chance?
no, it's not. So,
Yeah, the greatest thing I've seen on YouTube, sorry to all of you, was Battle Pug. Painting him. I need that Battle Pug so bad.
That kit's awesome, Aaron.
it's really nice. I mean, it's very simple. It's all, of course, resin, but it's really well cast and all fits together pretty good. And so I was having a ball building it and soon to be hopefully painting it, but it better have been fun because it was not in any way, shape, or form cheap. It's one of these, garage kits that was, you talk about Mac stuff being limited release by like Hasegawa or Wave. Well, imagine being the garage kit versions of that. And, they made like 100 of these, 7 years ago, and they were all only released at, one festival in Japan. It's like, okay, how in America do I get my hands on one of these? So it was a long haul to try to find it. And I found it, and it was sitting at an eBay seller, and he wanted an outrageous amount for it. And so I sat there and watched it for like 6 months, and like, I can't pay that amount for it. And then somebody actually bought it. And then I was like, oh shit, I should have paid that much for it because now I'm never going to find it. So I messaged this seller because he deals in like rare stuff. And I was a little worried it was recast. He's coming out of Hong Kong. But he said he had one more of them. So I was like, all right. So I paid a large sum for it, and I got it. And if it's a recast, it's a really good one because it's like the box is all there, and it's got like the little gold, Mac sticker on it, and it's very well cast. So I think it's legit. At least I'm going to tell myself that to justify the purchase. But it's been a blast. Yeah. So. And it's funny because I think this goes back to, if you heard me talking on the Triple P about egg tanks. I mean, like when I was a kid, I would have never built this stuff. Like robots, Star Wars, maybe Star Wars. I would have built that, but because it's real, Star Wars is. But
absolutely,
yeah, Mac stuff or egg tanks. I've been like turned up my nose as a 13-year-old kid at that stuff. But somehow at 50, I've decided, I can have some fun doing this. So.
Hey to Darren Cook from the Model Geeks. He's watching as well. So hey, Darren.
D-Ran.
You
can let your boy Furlow know there, D-Ran, that I have his decals now. They made it to Canada safe.
Decals?
Decals. Sorry, I'll try to be bilingual for this interview.
No way, eh?
Tabernacle, Steve.
That was an interesting observation. I think I've relaxed as a modeler the older I've got. There are things I'll do at 49 or 50 that I wouldn't have done as a 13-year-old. I'm more like a 13-year-old now than when I was 13.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because you're now becoming more conscious of your time? Like if you're looking at 100 kits in your stash and it's like, do I want to spend a year doing this kit or something fast?
I think that has really hurt me in building. I used to have a ton of all the kits I built as a kid, like old Matchbox and Airfix. And I will tell you, I don't really want to fight with those as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'd rather just, there's part of me that says we should just build Tamiya from here on out, but then they don't do some of the cool stuff I dig. But I've definitely become a convert to find nicer kits.
Life's too short for bad kits.
Yep.
Amen. Amen.
To quote the wise man Rinaldi.
Well, Juan, what's going on tomorrow night? What are we going to do tomorrow night on our live?
Oh man, I kind of like this. We might do the same thing.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. It's pretty fun to get together with all the guys, talk shop.
With all the homies.
That's right. Even those cross border guys. Now we've had guys joining us from Australia as well as Canada. We would have had Ivan on there, but I don't even want to. What is it over there? 3:30.
It's almost 4:00. Yeah, a.m.
He's probably passed out or overdosed on kit buying right now.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I need to buy shares in Mini Art, I think.
Yeah, it's like every other day. Oh, I have 8 more kits on the way. Oh, look, there's a warehouse full. It's like,
oh, admit it, Shizzle. You'd be doing it too.
I mean, TJ just sent
not
me
anymore.
TJ just sent me a link to this 76 scale Mac stuff, and I feel like I'm adding like 5 of them to my cart to see how much shipping is going to be.
It already says shipping is 3,700 yen to the United States. You want to go in on some stuff? Let me know. We can.
Let's do it.
Shipping.
Not even joking.
We're
tell me
we're
what-
batch buying here.
Tell me what you want, and I'm ordering it.
Go by the shipping container.
Aaron can look too. They have a 76 kilo camel.
Stop.
We're gonna get some bird fingers flying here pretty.
They have a 76 scale Sphinx.
Oh yeah, I like this F boat. I don't even know what this stuff is, but I want it.
Is it resin? What is it?
It's resin.
Yeah,
They're
you need
garage
it.
kits.
But they have the official like MacBooks and the color cards and everything.
And MacBooks aren't cheap. No, wait, wrong MacBook.
I'm already up to 120,000 yen.
Ooh.
It doesn't
That's like
matter.
$5 US. Come on.
Exactly.
That's what we'll say.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gotta come up with the price to tell your wife.
What's that?
or
What's that
significant
line
other.
that Matthew McConaughey was saying in The Wolf of Wall Street? Those are rookie numbers. Got to pump up those numbers.
You gotta pump them up. That's right.
Mhm. Great
All
movie.
right.
All right.
All right,
John's
we got-
buying himself another Hasegawa kit. All right.
And he's gonna buy a Lincoln next.
Yeah,
Be a lot
You already
cooler
got
if you
one.
did.
man, you're gonna be bringing everybody over in that Lincoln at whatever local IPMS show.
The Continental.
Yeah, oof.
I'm gonna need a bigger car though. We're gonna be caravanning from Denver for the Nats. I got Sam Dwyer tentatively scheduled here. TJ's coming out. Ivan, Scott, and Doug will meet us, and then we'll go from Denver to the Nats, and it's gonna be great.
You're gonna have to rent one of those Suburbans from Enterprise.
Well, my wife has an SUV, and I'm probably going to get one of those like roof rack, containers for luggage, and then we'll keep the models in the back. But it's
I
going
would
to be
say
great.
my models ain't going on that thing.
Ivan, you promised Ivan you wouldn't make him ride on the roof, bro.
You don't want to
Yeah,
like
well-
Beverly Hillbillies it.
Give him the
I
whole
like it.
American
Cost
experience.
Man,
That's an American experience that most Americans have never experienced. So,
But he's gonna.
yeah.
You know that.
No, you come
You
to
can
Rural
convince
North
him
Carolina,
anything's
you'll see that
legit.
down here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Rustin
Oh
has
my
one
God, we
50s
could
with, like,
totally
15
convince-
people in the back.
We could totally convince Ivan, like, oh yeah, we totally say this to each other. That's totally a thing, dude.
He's up there in the rocking chair with a toe strap around him. He's got a corn dog in one hand and Costco pizza in the other.
Costco pizza.
He's making you stop at every drive-through on the way.
Hey, was that
He's
a
gonna end up
Jack
being
in the
like your
Box?
Alan
Pull
from the
over.
Hangover movie.
Pull over.
We're gonna lose. We lost Ivan.
You're gonna have to call us, Mom. We messed up.
From the,
We
has
messed
anybody
up.
seeing Vacation in their head with grandma strapped to the roof?
Yeah.
Or the leash
Oh, yeah.
dangling from the bumper? Something's gone horribly wrong with Ivan.
I always feel like you should just live stream Ivan the entire time you're there. Like him being in the U.S. alone is going to be funny, but being in Vegas is just going to take it to a whole nother level.
Well, as your attorney, I advise you to ride a fast car or rent a fast car. We're going to need Hawaiian shirts. Oh, sorry, that was last year.
You can't park here.
Actually, I was thinking Ivan more like Raising Arizona, and JB will be John Goodman, and they'll put him on the roof, and they'll go screaming out, and he'll drop back, and
And I'll be in there
I was
going 809 Mississippi.
I was thinking it was going to be more like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yep, there we go.
We were just outside of
I'm just
Pueblo
sitting here
when the
getting none
drugs
of these
began to
references.
take hold.
As
There we go.
usual.
No, it'll be cool. Nats is going to be cool because Omaha's one of those places that the wife and I both were like, why else would we go ever to Omaha? So, hey, check that off the bucket list, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you what, Omaha is the best location by far for the Nationals. I know people are like, oh, Omaha. I'm like, I mean, you guys know when you're at Vegas, how many times did we go down to the Strip? Well, Ian, you brought your wife. That's different. But like, I went to the Strip one night. When you go to the Nats, you're there for the show. I mean, I was messaging Scott earlier talking about, what days, but, Thursday night is night at the museum. Friday is judging. Saturday is the award ceremony. So if we're going to do anything, it's like Wednesday night's got to be it. And that was kind of the same spiel in Vegas too.
Hold on, there's a strip in Vegas?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like I just was looking at models and hanging with you guys and drinking too much with you guys.
Pete, you got to come to Omaha, man. Drag Scott with you and John.
Oh God. Well, I'm gonna come to the one in Virginia in April.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come to that. I don't know. I've been so busy with both jobs. I don't have time. Like, this is the first bench time I've had in like 8 days.
Mm.
Everybody's getting COVID but me. I literally work with dead people. And I have not got it since it first started. And everybody else is getting it.
I just got lucky because my 2 staff members, one of them got it, and I was like, ooh, I was standing across the room from you. And then my assistant manager was sitting in my office for about 15 minutes, and then the next day she tested positive. I'm like, well, I'm vaxxed and boosted, but here we go. Let's see.
Yeah,
now I'm like, had this headache just right here a little bit, like not enough to be debilitating, but just like annoying. And then the cough fired up today. My nose has been running. So I'm like, well, I checked 3 of them off the list. So I'm not going to work tomorrow. Ugh.
Yeah, we're probably going to stray off topic here for a minute, but I'm pretty sure in most provinces in Canada, they just have a giant wheel they spin, and that's how they come up with the new rules they're going to use. Like, all right, now if you have your booster and double vaccinated, you can't wear shorts at Walmart. It's completely wild.
Well, I think in Ontario, you can't go into Walmart with pants anymore. Like, it's really weird.
Well, I've learned that if you go to... I've learned from the guys in this chat, if you go to Florida, you get communicable diseases. So,
I mean, what else did you expect? It's Florida.
Yeah.
I think if you leave there alive, you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
They caught the Florida man.
Yeah, my girlfriend's from Florida, and I'm like, what? I'm glad you left. That place sounds terrifying.
Do you stand next to her at the airport, or do you let her go ahead a few people?
I've never been to Florida.
TJ, you're muted, man.
Thank you. I was just saying that the weather was beautiful and it's nice salty ocean air and lots of COVID particles apparently.
Well, I got you guys beat. I went my vacation for the holidays, went to one of the third most, in the top 3 counties of the United States where COVID exists the most. I was in Douglas County where that happened, and that's where I got it. And then Eagle is a county next to it in the mountains, and those are the hot spots for COVID. By the way, more seriously, Eric, not even joking around. If you want something, let us know because I am definitely making a Mac order.
Where you ordering it from, John?
I'm stuttering because I don't want to mispronounce it. It's Tenerico.
I know what you're talking about.
So
Okay.
you should look at it, Aaron.
No.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. They even have that motorbike.
Did you not see the pictures I sent you earlier today of my van total?
You can't take money with you. That's how I look at things.
You only live once.
As an estate attorney, I advise you spend everything.
The problem is I already spent everything years ago. I'm just paying off what I spent years ago.
I've yet to find a client who's taken his money with him.
TJ, you should get an Oscar as well.
No, the little tiny one.
Yeah, I love hover tanks. I'm buying them all.
Is that thing that looks like the like half like a kidney with like the little turret?
So
that's an accurate statement.
An Oscar is a nut rocker or nutcracker.
A nut rocker?
Yeah, originally it was called a nut rocker, but they changed it to nutcracker.
Okay.
It's a hover tank. The Oscar is the body of that, the head of a Gans. So it's got this weird like this head. It's this part, just the top part.
Oh, okay.
It's got that, and it's on top of a hover tank. It might have rocket launchers too, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember.
So the guy you just showed us, does he have a gun head? Or is that
Lunagans?
Yeah, the guy you just showed us.
No, it doesn't have any weapons.
He looks like a stompy thing with rockets on his back. Just put a gun head on him and he's awesome. That's awesome.
It is everything. Like a reconnaissance droid type thing. It doesn't have a person inside. It's a robot.
Okay. So kind of like the dude from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Off.
Yes. It does have probe droid vibes. So it flies. It's got rockets. So
Off topic. When's Bandai going to do more Star Wars kits? This is getting ridiculous.
I don't know, but they must have just re-released a whole bunch of the old ones because the local hobby shop had 3 AT-ATs on the shelf. Those were hard to come by for a while.
Yeah, those have been pretty rough to get your hands on. But where's our Lambda shuttle, Bandai? Come on.
Yeah, I want to get the Clone Trooper, and people do like garage resin conversions, and you could do like Captain Rex and like some of the other clones. That's on my list.
So Scott, can I rant or should I keep it to myself?
No, go ahead.
So I walk into the hobby shop last Saturday, and there are 2 Star Wars kits from MPC. And one is the Y-Wing, and I forget what the other one was. No, B-Wing, sorry. B-Wing, and I forget what the other one was. And I'm like, hey, I built these as a kid. And I picked them up off the shelf, and they're $40 for off-scale MPC reissues. Couldn't believe it. If I'm going to spend $40 on a B-Wing, I'll go buy a Bandai kit. Like, I just couldn't believe. And then I see Revell is doing the Slave 1, and it's a 188th repop. Like, there are good kits out there. Why are these guys foisting this crap on us?
Because people buy it.
Right, but why don't they look for Fine Molds or Bandai? You know, like, I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, just look at some of the questions that got posted on the Grumpy Scale Modelers, and people were like, "Oh, I saw an AMT General Lee. Is this a good kit?" And like 40 guys in the comments go, "Oh my god, this is great! Changed my life."
Well, and my problem is if they want to sell them for $5 or $10, awesome. But $40, jeez.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, some of those reissues from round 2 do have new parts, but I don't think that that B-Wing does at all. It looks like exactly the same kit.
Exactly the same one we built in grade school.
Oh, Jim, somebody must be listening close to you. Said that's their place.
What is that? Their place?
the hobby shop.
Oh, maybe Skyway. Yeah,
Skyway. Yeah,
Skyway's awesome. We will certainly, when you guys are here, we will certainly take a trip over to Skyway.
So, Robbie, what's next up on the bench? That Zero looks like it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say probably another 3-4 nights, and that'll be finished. Unfortunately, I brought a few unfinished products into the new year that I need to get finished before I start anything new. But that's going to be the A4 Skyhawk, should be finished up quick. The Sherman. I have a Panzer IV I started a couple of weeks ago. I don't know why, but I ended up starting that for fun. So it's really, any of those is up in the air, but I am looking to do the B-17 probably starting February and finish that. So that'll be the big first project.
Cool. Doug, what's
48
next?
or 32?
48. Yeah.
Okay.
What's next on your bench, Doug? What's the next completion out of the gate?
Not entirely sure. I have a little 48 scale Tamiya Achilles that I started just for kicks and giggles last month. I'll probably wrap that one up. Nothing special about it. Just a fun little something to work on the side. But it's time for me to get working on the Geeks A4 build and our I need to start my grant for our posse build for Nats. So got to get those 2 done.
Jim?
I need to do the Lee for our group build A4. I was going to ask JB. I don't know if he's still here or not. Is that Sahara kit a nice one? The Sahara Lee?
It's really nice. It's typical mini art though. It's got a lot of pieces, but it is nice. I had it built, the major superstructure, within a day or two. I got to put the details together, but it is a very nice kit. I'd recommend it. I'm writing up an article for it for the modeling news, and I just got to do some finalized stuff. But yeah, I'd recommend it. I can't paint figures, but there's some really good looking figures, especially John Belushi in it. So
yeah, I just watched that movie, the John Belushi version, like a week ago, and then
it's good.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Ian, what's going to be next off your bench?
Well, so I'm thinking what I'm going to start firing up here soon. I just got some 1/72nd scale special hobby airplanes, some wingy things.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
I know, right? But it's this fancy little 2-engine French ground attack aircraft. I call it the Baguette because I can't speak French, and it starts with a B and ends with a T, so the Baguette to me. So I got that. I got the Mang Jumbo. I was supposed to do that I'm doing it for our group build for you guys. And I was supposed to buddy build it with Janders, but he kind of finished it already. And I also got this thing for it, the good old AMX Sherman.
I forgot you're doing that.
Yeah, so I got primer on it at least. I had to use the TACOM turret on the Dragon Kit hull because John warned me, and I said, that John Bonani, what's he know? He doesn't know. And next thing you know, I open up the box, and it looks like a damn carved out a bar of soap with really soft details. So I said, I'm just going to buy the TACOM kit, use the turret from there. So worked out, and I'm going to knock out both of those here in the very near future. So, yeah. So it's going to be tanky and wingy this year, as always.
JB, we going to see that Sturmgeschütz here pretty quick?
Yeah, I can throw it up right now. Let me turn off the background because it gets all freaky. Let's see. She's a beast.
Thick.
Oh, gosh.
It's
so big.
So let me get this Sherman down. I showed it earlier. There's a Sherman next to it.
That's like a Borgvard.
It is large. I mean, heck, you can wear, I feel like you could make a fashion statement with the tracks. Who needs a chain with spinners when you can just, wear some.
There we go.
Tracks.
Just hang a drive wheel off it.
Well, yeah, we could start selling them at Hot Topic for the new choker for people. So,
So I'll give you $5, JB, if you wear that as your necklace through the whole Nationals.
Instead of 2.
How about a day or something? The whole time's a little much, but I'd do a day. I mean,
instead of 2 chains, we're going to call them Spy-Ketten.
I mean, you can
Jim, we can make that happen. We just got to get JB drinking, and we can make that happen.
I'm just glad he's negotiating the time and not that he wants more than $5.
I would say he gives
I'll pay
you $5
for one day.
Just give me some of your drinking coupons from Embassy Suites.
That's the MBA coming through there.
JB, Mark's got a question for you.
Yeah, Mark. It's been really good, actually. I highly recommend the kit to anyone. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it honestly builds up like a 35th scale tank, typically from TACOM, or even to me, I'd say. And, I had it built in, I did the tracks in one night. I did and then the entire build in another 2 days. But I worked constantly through those days. So it was probably like all in on construction, probably 24 hours. Now, granted, I had COVID, so I couldn't go anywhere. But yeah, it's been really good. And today I found a break and was able to paint up the radios. They're basic, but and you won't see them that much, but still they'll be inside. So bottom line is highly recommended. I have the gun as well here. one of the things I talked about earlier is I am using AKRC, and in their infinite wisdom, they decided to change the formula, so the color is a little bit different for the gun and some of the previous parts I painted. So I'm gonna have to blend it in. But anyway, it's looking good. I'm hoping to get a base coat on it tomorrow, and then over the weekend I'll finish camouflage scheme, 3-tone Monte Cassino. So yeah.
All right, TJ. Looks like you and Darren have a pottery session set up.
It's gonna be like the one at a Ghost.
Yeah.
maybe some golf lessons.
Yeah.
What's going to be next off your bench, TJ? That Lunagans or something else?
Well, that'll probably be done first, and then I think after that, I don't know. I gotta start putting paint on this little guy, little Panzer I Brita from Ammo. Yeah, that's probably next. It's what's sitting on my desk, and then after that, I don't know. I got stuff I got to finish before Nats, but that's still a little ways away. But I don't want to get caught flat-footed here in like May and like, oh, I'm not done with the 3 things I needed 100% to take. So
yeah, you got the Musaru Cup thing. You got,
and I have that too.
Yeah,
I'm hoping I can get some inspiration to get started on that. I don't dislike Gundam; it's just not my preferred subject. So sometimes I gotta work up, the will to do something that I'm not really super into at the moment. But I think is Malcolm doing? No, I think it's James is doing the his. It looks pretty good, so I got some stiff competition.
Yeah, and
like Darren was saying, Frillo's doing his. Frillo and I have been chatting back and forth about what we're going to do on ours, and I don't know yet. I feel like I'm probably just going to do the box scheme, but paint it and just weather it. So we'll see. Or I'll try a clean build, which I never do. I never build anything clean. So, Mark wants to see the Musaru.
Yeah, Craig, Podfather Dave's is looking pretty good too. Yeah,
it's this, Mark. It's a Senju Stein, which I believe is a bad guy. I think it's a bad guy Gundam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Gundam other than I have an RX 78-2 up there, one of the big ones that I bought because it's a really good kit. But yeah, it's a pretty good kit. So, yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam narrative. So I guess it's one of their lines. And I got this little set of photo etch to go along with it. So, and it's got some decals, which is sweet because I don't have to use, because I think these HG kits don't come with decals; they come with stickers. So I bought this because it's got some photo etch parts and decals, so you don't have to use the little stickers. Which Bandai stickers aren't that bad, but I mean, come on, decals are better.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Pete, what's going to be next off of your bench?
Right now I'm working on. You saw Scott from Hellcat Models. He's doing the 3D printed Lee and Stuart lights. He called me up last night. He's like, "Hey, can you do a Lee?" And I'm doing another Lee. I got the Sherman, which I just need to paint. I don't know, more Lend Lease stuff because I'm a nerd. And then I got this. I've been going back and forth on the Tacom Whippet.
Very cool.
Great.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do one from Ireland from like the 20s. And then I want to get that Tamiya, the new Tamiya 7 Mente, that Italian boxing, and I kind of want to do a Stuggetti.
Spaghetti's the best thing ever. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Right.
somebody
With the
on Instagram
gabagool.
called it the spicy stug, but I like spaghetti better.
Spaghetti's better by far.
The
What about-
Stuggagool.
You gotta
about-
talk with your hands though, you know.
What about you, Zach?
Well, I have this. Hold on, focus. This stag hound, which I should probably make a post about eventually. And then, of course, I got the Sherman into primer, which I also should probably make a post about. And then I got this 40K towel suit, which is stuck. I don't know what to do with it. I got like some more of the armor panels painted. It's like a black and gray scheme here. But other than that, I have no idea what I'm doing with it. So it's sitting here mocking me as usual. And then after that, I have no idea.
Steve Baker's jumping on that bandwagon, looks like. So
Unbelievable.
Aaron, what's going to be next?
Oh, yeah, I
coming
do
up for
have
your
that too, don't I? Oops.
He's in his own world.
No, I'm sanding these decals.
Still waters
Oh,
run
God.
deep.
We need to all be quiet. He's sanding decals.
I'm sanding decals.
This is a delicate operation here.
Yeah.
We
It's
need
better
that.
I do it now when I'm talking to you guys. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and overthink it. I might as well just say screw it and go for it.
That's
We
the
need-
spirit.
We need that British narrator that used to narrate those wildlife shows, talking about the
Watch now as we see the
predator.
homosapiens sitting at the bench assembling his model as he tries to attract the female of the species.
Oof. I take
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman from the Shawshank Redemption narrating this.
And at this moment,
See, whenever,
he began
whenever I'm in
singing.
that zone, like super focused, I swear there's a light that goes on in the house, and my wife suddenly wants to tell me about her entire day.
Yeah.
Just smile and nod.
Well, as we start to kind of wrap things up, we will be on again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain. Just the posse tomorrow, but we will be joined by hopefully Dave and Mike from Plastic Model Mojo, and we'll be talking about some hopefully some Nats related stuff and see what those guys are up to, see what their modeling fluid of choice is tomorrow. And then another reminder for episode 37, which will come out on the 19th of January. And that's going to be our big Plastic Posse podcast giveaway. We had a huge amount of entrants in that, and we got a lot of stuff to give away. So it's going to be really cool. So make sure you guys check into that and see if you're one of the big winners.
Cool.
All right.
And I just did get a text from Mr. Knights. It sounds like he will be on tomorrow night.
Ah, very nice.
Nice.
He it sounds like he's giving up and going to sleep, which is really
Yep. All right, guys.
Can't remember if I
Go ahead.
can't remember if I sent an email with my bench picture. Or I think I might have just put it on Facebook when I did that.
No, I think you're in there. I'm pretty
Am I
sure.
in there? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Most of the modelers in the free world are, I think. So now there's a lot of entrants. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we have some good kits, and Mr. Bates was kind enough to donate a really, really nice Arma Hobby Hurricane that we're going to be giving away as one of the prizes. And Aaron also donated a 148 scale Suyata T90 that we're going to be giving away as well. And then we've got a bunch of great stuff, tank craft stuff, a lot of kits. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, well, guys, thanks for hopping on tonight and joining. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to all of you out there that are listening to our little test session here. We added YouTube to the platform tonight, so we're going to see how the test went. But I think overall it went really, really great, and it was a lot of fun.
Hold on, nobody told me that I was making a fool of myself on YouTube. Usually I do that all alone. By the way, just in case anybody's wondering, the mountain isn't out.
Oh,
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Robbie, do you want any Canadian sign off after that?
I don't know if I can top him. Right now it's pretty white out there, and I can't see more than maybe half kilometers. So hopefully I don't get called out here in an hour.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
All
I
right.
didn't understand that. You didn't put that in Freedom Eagles per
Yeah.
hot dog. I literally can't understand.
I think boots is another one I say funny. Boots, roof,
Sorry.
sorry. Decals we've already said a few times. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I got to put my decals on my boot. No, that's not right. Never mind.
I think the A thing is more Saskatchewan.
See, I always thought it was more Ontario. That's where I notice it the most. But my dad is from Saskatchewan, so maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate it. And if anybody's interested, we'll see you online tomorrow night.
Cool.
Good deal.
Just make sure you have the Muppet theme ready when everybody's in the blocks at the end. do, 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 do.
I feel it should be the Benny Hill theme, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. I'm
Right.
going to end